That was the best Haftorah I ever gave. I never gave it. Okay, so here we go. Rasha Mahu Omer. Ma ha'avodah hazot lachem. The wicked one. What does he say? Of what purpose is this service to you? That's what the wicked one says of the four sons. There are four sons because it says the father had no daughters. So they talked about the four sons, but you could apply this to anybody. It doesn't have to be sons. Anyway, we read these words at our Seder. In fact, these words were read at every Seder table in the entire world. I don't care where you were, what kind of a service you had. Everybody, I can't think of anybody who would not say the recitation of the four sons. It always comes up. Many of us teach that the Rasha, or the wicked one, is not asking a question, but is using an accusatory statement. Listen again to what the wicked one is saying. Of what purpose is this service to you? It has no business to me. I don't care what you do. Why are you doing this? The question indicates that the person does not feel any part of what is going on. The wicked one is saying, why do you go through this each year? Why do you tell the same story, every single year? You know, they make movies about the story of the freeing of Bnei Israel, of the Exodus. Why don't you just watch those if you want to know the story? Why do you have to come and sit here and read the same story every year? Why do you put me through this time-consuming reading of this boring Haggadah? Why do you do it? Come on, let's put these books away and let's eat already. Of course, I'm sure that nobody here today has ever met anyone like that. I'm sure that you and I want to read every single word in the entire Haggadah. We love it, and we never even think about when we're going to eat until it's time to eat. Right, sure, yeah. You know, if we think about this in a serious way, the Rasha, the wicked one, is saying something that is quite profound and extremely troubling. By saying you instead of we, the wicked one is being self-excluded from the rest of us by saying you instead of we. That person is denying a basic principle of our belief. That is why the Rasha bothers me so much. Anyone who is a student of the Holocaust, anyone who reads or listens to stories about those who tried to celebrate a Seder in the Warsaw Ghetto or in the death camps cannot help but get caught up in the emotion. They can't. If we extend that situation to Bnei Israel who suffered in Mitzrayim, it becomes very easy to answer the Rasha. I do this because of what the Eternal did for me and our children and our grandchildren by freeing us from slavery. You and I aren't in death camps. Yeah, there's anti-Semitism, but we still get to live. We live our lives. They couldn't until they were free. The key to the answer is that the focus is not on why you do this. The focus is on me and us and why we tell the story of Pesach each year. It is for me and our children. It is for me and all who love God. It is for me and all who understands the price and value of being given freedom and staying free. Free isn't free. Free is expensive. We must always remember what God did for me and for we who love God and who love each other. We question the Rasha who asks, why do you want to be part of this? Why do you not want to be included? We do not want it that way. It is your choice to take freedom for granted. History has never treated people who take freedom for granted very kindly, has it? Take notice that the way we speak to the wicked one is very direct and very tough, because the wicked one is on the outside looking in. After all, who is the one being judgmental? Who is the one who is saying, you are wasting your time going through all this hard work? You are the one wasting your time trying to get close with God. When we read about the other children, it is in the context of Torah. In other words, we are to answer every child who asks a question and explain things to those who do not. In the case of the wicked one, that one is not asking. That one is telling us we're wasting our time. The Rasha has no regard for our feelings or our beliefs. The wicked one has no derech eretz at all. None. No respect at all for those who believe in God. That said, I must admit the traditional answer feels really harsh. We are taught that to confront the Rasha rather than give that point of view a chance to spread to others. The kind of negativity can easily be transmitted to others. It's so easy. Negative easily transmits, much better than positive. We all know that. Look at the corners where the gangs are in Chicago and how fast they grow. You don't have corners with angels on it. It is up to us to stop that point of view from metastasizing everyone else at the Seder. It's so easy to happen where we wind up having a lousy Seder because one person doesn't want us to have a good Seder. Too easy. The Jewish people have been taught that the temple was destroyed and we were sent into exile. Why? Not because of somebody else, but because we sinned. Baseless hatred we had toward each other. Their punishment was to be cast off from the land of our ancestors who did not take the source of their freedom seriously. So when a person at a Seder table accuses rather than asks, when a person refers to the Seder as work and self-exclude themselves from the rest of us, then if we do not respond directly and forcefully, we must own the aftermath of what happens. On the other hand, when we hear the Rasha accusing us of being ridiculous, perhaps we should not become angry. Perhaps we should work hard to find a way to learn how to inspire the person to feel like a respected and loved member of our family and our Jewish people. Perhaps we must shower our children with the kind of love of Judaism that will draw them back. Doesn't matter how old we are. We have to find a way to draw those children back, and they are coming back. I told you, the first day of the Seder, Pesach, at our service right here, the first day of Pesach, had over 400 and some odd people here that joined us for our services. The second day of Pesach, unheard of. We had almost 400 people. It's unheard of. So perhaps if we figure out how to draw Judaism back into their lives, and they're coming, they can experience the Egyptian servitude and Exodus as if it really did happen to them, just as it happens to us each Pesach. In that way, our hearts will beat like one at the Seder. Wouldn't that be nice? That is what the festival of freedom, which is Pesach, that is what the festival of Pesach is all about. And I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom, a Chag Sameach, and Am Yisroel Chai.